Hello, everybody. Hello. I am a few minutes late again. I do apologize. I don't understand the way the software is working for the lives. I went in to go live for my stream and it said connect your software. So I do apologize for being late again. I've spent time preparing and I've even spent time doing some makeup that relates to the subject. And let's see if I can get my chair. I have a desk now. I brought it up, I put it together. It's very solid, and I've been able to get much more organized. My laptop is here, my monitor is behind it, and my ring light is behind that. So my lighting should be all right. And I do have the microphone turned up to the max. It's on a little stand here. So I can see the dots are moving. You should be able to hear me. It's much better than if I, of course, just try to speak using the laptop, but I don't want to use the headphones with the microphone anymore. So welcome to Third Eye Productions. I'm your host, Mystic Siren, and this is Casting Cauldron. I hope you're doing well. I know I had a couple of people who were looking forward to this. One person who wanted to come. Hopefully, she will make it, and gave me a few minutes to get on. Like I said, when I went in to go live, it said connect your streaming software. I'm like, what? Give me a break. That's not what I signed up for. So, sorry. I don't know if you can see or not. I have to have lights on to have good lighting, but behind me is a plasma ball. I just got it at Walmart, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. I know one was waiting. I don't know where they went. Yes, I still have my tree up. It's 12 degrees below zero today, and until we have warmer weather, I'm not walking a quarter of a mile to the garage to put my tree away. So, in this live stream tonight, Sunday night, January 13th, no, 12th, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I did post it in my community post a couple of days ago. So I know people are busy, and it's probably going to take another 20 minutes for people to realize I am on doing a live. This is going to be basic introduction to, as I said last week, the processes and the mechanics of using your body as a conductor to generate electricity. What if you could charge some batteries? Start your car. Wish for your dryer to start working again. Wish for your furnace to start working again. Help a neighbor who's, in the dark and needs batteries charged for their flashlight. Natural disasters. We're having one right now in California. These are things that can be done if you're willing to dedicate yourself to the training. Not only can you work to keep your mojo, okay, your life force energy electricity, amped up, help you recover from a move where you've been for years, help you recover from surgery. The exercises that I briefly talked about last Saturday are things that absolutely help you generate that. Why? Because there's no difference between vision and dreams. It really is just a communication with our spirit, okay? Our mind, our spirit, whatever you want to call it. And basically, by connecting with that and telling ourselves what we want to happen, this is what can happen. On the surface of the earth, we have what's called a biomagnetic grid. And so it does help to learn how to be out in nature, commune with nature, become comfortable and familiar with nature, and understand that you are a part of everything, and everything is a part of you. This is for people that are willing to start exploring the possibilities of things they may not have ever considered before, or maybe they've started to have some things happen. You don't really have anyone to talk to, or you've got some people, relatives maybe, 50 years old or older, who've never really explored it. Even if they have a child who's grown and has had things, to them, it doesn't pertain to them. They believe in what they believe in. The physical world, their manual labor, and the way that they earn their resources. They may believe in some miracles through prayer, visualizing what you want. But in this case, we're talking about utilizing an energy that we all can learn to utilize because we are all natural conductors of electricity. Hey, I think I can see and I think I can type. Oops, put the toothpick cursor there. All right, so is it Jordan? Is it Daisy? I'm starting to get to know people. This is what I said I really wanted to do at the first of the year, is to interact with people. I haven't had anyone to really talk to, and I always feel better when I go and I visit with my friend. It just uplifts my spirits. So we are creatures, we are social creatures, and we need to interact. This is a way for me to find students who might want to go and purchase my course once I have it completed. I do already have a course on Thinkific. If you want to get in touch with your dream state, your dream side, and keep track of what it is that you are dreaming, and learn really how to connect to that. This can definitely help you with your visualization. All right, who's here? Please say hello. And do you have a question? Please make it pertain to the subject matter. I am going to start creating videos for a course on Thinkific. So it will be my second course on Thinkific. I believe the link to that course is in my description. Along with my coffee account, I finally got another product added to my coffee account, which is really nice. I'm not on Etsy anymore, and it is the Fiery Wall of Protection oil that I made about a summer, I don't know, a year ago, year and a half ago. And I have used this. I've actually been led to use it just a few months ago. because I was going to have something happen. It was very interesting. I had put it at my front door inside the frame and my patio door inside the frame. I just put a few drops over here at this window. It wasn't enough. Whatever happened, sometimes things are really just meant to happen, meant to be. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for the thumbs up, whoever did that. Were you the one who was waiting? I'm sorry, I was late. Like I was explaining a few minutes ago, when I went in, it didn't say go live, it said connect your streaming software. So I just had to go in and start a live. Hope the lighting is okay. I did some lightning bolts over here for my makeup today to connect to electricity. And do you see behind me the plasma ball? Give me a thumbs up. Give me a heart. Something. You can protect your anonymity. You do not have to have your real name. You do not have to have a face. I do expect you to follow community guidelines, be respectful, be polite, ask questions pertaining to the subject matter. Thank you very much. So I'm not on my phone filming, so I have my freestanding phone where I could look something up for you if I needed to. So in my live stream last week, I talked about what prompted me to start talking about this. In the past, I've said I've had paranormal things happen that I'm not going to talk about on the YouTube, right? I don't even know how I would go about, at that time I said, I don't even know how I would go about explaining the process of what I did for it to happen, right? But as it happened, after what happened on Saturday, and I started researching again, that's my middle name, and my ET guides told me they're helping me with my research for the past 25 years, that I said, oh my gosh, I think I can actually explain some of the processes that I did after watching a video. And to give credit where credit is due, it was called, I believe, psychokinesispowers.com. And they have a variety of these psychokinetic powers that they explain on their website. But I'm specifically going to talk about electrokinesis. Now, I did have a telekinetic event occur last Saturday as well. And I talked about the two peak powers of the year. This does not happen to me every day. I don't do the exercises every day. And again, my energy really just is strongest at around summer solstice between May and September. And about the middle of September, when we're getting into autumn, it starts, my clairvoyance opens, and then my energy starts to grow and grow and grow and grow and grow until this year it was extremely strong at the winter solstice, the end of the year, on the dark moon. So for me, it's full moon in summer from May to September, dark moon in autumn, and especially winter. So I had said that if you learn to align yourself with nature and the seasons, your life will get better. You will see where you are a part of everything and everything is a part of you. And if you'll time things that way, your life will get easier. Problems will be fewer and farther apart. So you'll have to go back and watch that live stream to hear exactly what it was that happened. And usually I don't exactly understand what's happening, especially as my powers are growing. I get confused. I get freaked out. What's going on? Who did this? Right? What happened? So being a medium also, this helps things to be stronger. If you've seen video clips of people that are at the gas station and they've got some static electricity, they went to put the pump into the car and right? You have to be grounded over there. You have to wear sneakers or whatever, or touch the car first, right? To discharge static electricity. So this is where the premise that I've been talking about is possible. I showed my book last week, From Silver Raven Wolf to Ride a Silver Broomstick, where she has a section on psychokinesis, fixing machinery with your mind. She's done it. I've done it. Part of the process of being able to do anything in life, really, is just to open yourself up to the possibility. Believe in yourself. All right, I've lost the people that were here. I'm assuming they weren't here for the right reasons. You should be able to hear me very well. My microphone is up right next to me on maximum. So I've got a nice setup here. The course on Thinkific for training yourself to remember your dreams and even program yourself for a dream is on Thinkific. Please check out the link. You could even try it. See if you can go through the entire process. You can abandon the cart if you want to. I got to test it out myself. It does require a lot of marketing. I don't know exactly. I might have to purchase some ads in order to get this information out. But there's lots of television shows that show people with electricity. As I Googled songs with electricity in them, the information that came up was there are more than likely thousands or several thousands of songs that reference lightning in one way at one point or another inside the song. So we humans have a natural understanding, really, that electricity is energy and it can be strong or it can be soft. There are a few preliminary things that you need to do. First of all, you need to understand that you are going to be using your pineal gland, because when you get to the point where you're ready to start visualizing and imagining things and imagining or hearing, listening to electricity sounds, you had to have already been willing to sit and meditate a little bit. In spellcraft, we meditate before our spell work and we meditate after our spell work. It's mandatory. Why? Because we've built up an energy and it's going to be released after we've done the spell. And then we have to meditate in order to help facilitate it even further. Before the spell, you're thinking about all the materials you're going to gather, all the things you're going to use, and the day and the time, and so forth. You're thinking about it, you're planning, you're visualizing maybe. It's going to be the same way in working to develop your electrokinesis. It is more of a mental exercise than it is setting up and doing spellcraft. Meditation is the act of sitting still, learning how to breathe. Breathe in through the nose, hold it for a few seconds, and let it out. This mental tension, really, is what it is necessary. And I think it's going to help you be in control of the energy. You don't want to be like the sorcerer's apprentice, right? Who is finally casting a spell to get the brooms to clean the house. And once he sets the voice command for them to do what he wants them to do, he takes a nap. But he really didn't complete the proper steps to instruct the brooms how much water to use and when to stop. So you have to mind what you're doing from beginning to end. Now, in helping to facilitate, like I said last week, I've been on a water detox really for 2 weeks at least now. And not very much food, just a small amount of food. I've been able to get a lot of backed up distress to calm down and my abdomen to go down a little bit. So, in doing so, I have been purchasing once again these 16-ounce bottles of drinking water. Now, my doctor told me to drink a gallon a day for 3 days. I didn't quite make it. 3 of these is 48 ounces. That's not hard to do. If you can do that, do that. And if you don't like the taste of water, get liquid IV. They now have sugar free. All right. So, getting your body, this conductor of electricity, as clean and clear as you can, that means you clean up what you're drinking. The pineal gland needs to be decalcified. Don't be drinking water from the faucet. Buy a gallon of distilled water, which is even better than drinking water, purified drinking water, and start drinking that. Line up 3 bottles in the morning. Make sure the third one is finished by the time you go to bed. Start this for, at least a week while you're starting a meditation practice where you learn to sit and be still. Just feel your breathing in, out. Turn off distractions. Pay no attention to outside noises. You're focusing. All right? Focus is very necessary. Now, after you've done this for a couple of weeks, and typically you're going to need 30 hours of meditation practice to really become proficient. That doesn't mean that you can't start working with energies that are not too strong. Some of the energies that would be too strong for you to start drawing in right now would be such as the stars and the sun. There's specific ways you have to do that. Now, you can go outside at night and you can stargaze. I recommend that. And on a dark moon, the stars are even more visible. Just by resting or looking outside on a dark moon, you can actually become connected and thereby pull in the energy of the stars. So this is what we're doing to charge us like a battery. Now, the other thing I've done, I can't bring it over here now because I couldn't plug another thing in over here. I got stuff that has to be plugged in. So I went to Walmart and I bought a plasma ball. So I went to the toy section and I recommend that you go and you get one if you are serious and actually starting to learn how to generate this power, either for your health, for another person, or trying to charge batteries. Okay? You touch it. You see the lightning going to your fingers, connecting. You connect to that visually. With your emotions too, okay? So if you're feeling low on energy, connect with this. This can help. If you're recovering from an illness, recovering from surgery, leave it on. I've left it on day and night because I've just been extremely drained from 12 below zero weather and then going to Pilates twice a week, working very hard. I actually went down to 20 ounces of water a day, and I need to go back up to 48. I forgot to bring it, a couple of bottles that indicate exactly how much I'm drinking. I've got a 48-ounce water bottle from Walmart, and I've got a 96-ounce water bottle, I believe, from the Dollar Tree. Very good indicator. You'll probably notice an improvement in the moisture of your skin. Water is the most abundant element on the planet. This is something you need to connect to. And it helps the heart. You know, the heart runs on electricity. Our heart has as many neurons as our brain. And when we learn to also work with our heart and our upper three centers and those energies, and we understand, I have made things happen basically through a wish. And I've used my voice. This is why I said I'm going to change my name to Mystic Siren. I wish this screwdriver was magnified. And lo and behold, the little screws started going to it. But there was a series of things that happened before that in preparation. I'd had a dream where I was doing something and I felt very electrified, and it lasted all day long. There's no difference between a visualization or a dream. If you have trouble visualizing, you may want to take my course on dream work first. You may want to start learning how to remember your dreams or program a dream. Go to bed at night and say, I wish to see myself generating electricity and, having the electricity be evident coming out my hands or off my body or doing something. And eventually your mind will respond and it will give you that dream. So cleaning your pineal gland first. Trying to get some organic food into your diet is going to get you healthier. When I started buying organic grass-fed beef, nothing else, and stopping eating at Taco Bell, McDonald's, I started getting healthier. And as I was also exercising, getting on the glider every other day, and lost my first 10 pounds, I, went back to fast food and I got very, very sick. I couldn't digest anything for 10 days. Everything sat in me like a rock. So by starting to eat organic food, you are going to feel better within 30 days. You are going to be healthier in 30 days. And that's evidenced by when you go back to eating things that are not grass-fed or not organic. Okay. So these are things that help our body maintain a life force energy and not be encumbered by trying to digest heavy things. Well, I don't know who's here. Somebody gave me a thumbs up, and I've been talking for 30 minutes. I really thought some people were going to come. I hope they're not still looking for that stupid scheduled live to start because I couldn't find the go live button. It wanted me to connect some streaming software. Please share with your friends. There's not going to be that many people that are truly serious about learning really how to do this. Unfortunately, we've lived in a culture and a society that basically is making us passive, and we're not really working to see what our mind can do mentally. In that way, we're becoming weak. It's not good. And maybe you need something of a warrior spirit in order to be interested in this. But helping yourself, helping your fellow humans, you could even lay your hands on your child and help generate energy for them to feel better. Why not? Western medicine doesn't do everything, it doesn't know everything. All right, so number one, cleaning your pineal gland. Making sure that you're drinking at least 48 ounces of purified drinking water every day. Add at least one or two things that are organic into your diet and start learning how to sit and be still for about 10 minutes a day. 5 minutes, if that's all you can do, 5 minutes a day. As you're doing all of those things for the first couple of weeks, then you're going to be ready to move on to visualizing. Now, if you don't have the ability to visualize yet, you're just going to have to feel that you are electric. Look at the plasma ball, touch the plasma ball. Start thinking of what electricity sounds like. Pull up electricity sounds. Start listening to them. Start connecting to electricity. Now, we're talking right now about low level voltage electricity, okay? I spoke last week about how dressing up, connecting to the energy in one way or another, even dressing up as a deity. Get a costume of Shazam. Put it on, become Shazam. Like I said, cosplay is very powerful. There's people on the show, The Mask, have talked about how freeing it is to put on the mask and have anonymity and just, be like a child really and play and become this character and have fun with it. You are learning how to use an ability that you already possess. It just hasn't been used. And this is what I said for self hypnosis. This was my description for students that came when I was teaching self hypnosis. This is a form of self hypnosis. So you've got on the costume now, you're getting into character. I am electrified. I am electric. Every day, I'm connecting to this part of me more and more. I use it for good. I can charge batteries. I can start my car. I can help my neighbor. I can, you know, send energy to a sick loved one. I've done a lot of things with this particular type of um, processes. Okay. Now, the more that you practice it, the more you're going to have results. As you do it over the years on a more regular basis, like I did, I believe, a 9 or a 12 day um, practice where I did all the processes of things that I wanted to happen and visualizing and hearing what I wanted to happen at the final result. And that when I gave the command on the last day of what would happen. And so on the last day, I went to do that. And it was around 11:30 at night. And before midnight, I gave the voice command for the energies I had called on to activate and do their thing. And I just went on the sofa to lay down and relax. I had no idea what would happen. There was a phenomenal result because I had spent about 10 to 12 days going through the processes, raising the energy, and calling on some disincarnate beings, a deity, Zeus. What many people might say they don't believe is possible, right? Can't happen. They're just not ever going to be able to open themselves up to the possibility of these things that can happen. In that particular instance, lights had blown out. What happened was many people who were frightened about where we were living, that particular neighborhood, the park had been sold. Many people didn't know how to get the money to get their mobile home to be moved, where they were going to go. A lot of people were, of course, running on fear and not faith. So, for whatever reason, when the lights went out, people felt like, oh, it's time to get out of here now, one way or another, instead of hesitating. And some people found a way, or they went and bought land. Either way, some people actually received money. They found a park that was going to give them money. It wasn't advertised. They just started actually going to different parks where they could move and applying to live there. And they were given money to be able to give to a mover to move them. So it was a blessing. Now, Saturday, I actually turned lights on. So to me, that was similar to charging my screwdriver, charging something. Well, I've been talking for 38 minutes. I don't know where people are. I don't know what's going on. Is it Super Bowl Sunday? Probably. Like I said last Saturday, I had dead batteries and I had not charged batteries for many years. And I thought, I don't have batteries. I don't have the money. I don't want to go out. I do have the money, but I don't want to go out. So I got the batteries and I held them and I charged them and I put them in my new makeup mirror, which requires batteries. Now it's not 100%. It first comes on and then it dims a little bit. And it is still going after a week. Is it a week? Yeah, it's a week. The lights are getting dimmer, but they're still on. And as I keep it on while I'm continuing to do my makeup, which takes about 45 minutes, it does go very, very dim, but it's still charged. This might be what it means for the meek to inherit the earth. You connect to the energy of the earth. These are some of the things that you can do. If it is Super Bowl Sunday, please let me know. When is Super Bowl Sunday? When is Super Bowl Sunday?
In the Mercedes-Benz Superdome, Super Bowl 59 will be on Sunday, February 9th, 2025.
All right. Well, I don't know what the reason is here. I'm not giving demonstrations. I'm giving you the preliminary processes of how you would work with your natural ability to generate electricity and discharge it. If anyone has been confused because I scheduled a live, until I figure out why it's not telling me to go live and it wants me to connect streaming, I'm probably just going to make a post on my community that says I'm going to go live at such and such a time on such and such a day. So you're just going to have to write it down and then come to my channel and look for me, because I'm just going to sit down and go on and go live at that time. So that's the way that I'm going to notify you. At this time, you're not going to be able to hit a little bar that says notify me. You're going to have to put it into your phone, set a reminder, set an alarm, whatever, okay? And so now I was using Chat GPT in order to get modules and help with descriptions about my course on working with the pineal gland. It's quite analytical. I don't think many people really want to hear all of that. But I did get some helpful information from Chat GPT that I'll be able to use on my video when I talk. All right. I spent quite a lot of time getting ready, thinking, planning, getting dressed, doing my makeup. And I do wish that there were some people here. I know there's an audience for this. I think it's probably mostly males who are going to watch other males demonstrate their electrokinetic powers or their aerokinetic powers. Women need to connect to this as well. Like I said, if you can send energy to a loved one or your child and help them heal, help them feel better. There are times when we just don't have an ability to get up and go out and get medicine or go to the doctor. It's freaking expensive to go to the doctor. I'm having to submit my tax return to the clinic where I go so that they'll put me on a sliding fee scale because, oh my God, it's so expensive to go to the doctor. And I didn't even get a prescription for anything. It's like the visit was $85. I had 2 visits. I don't think I've had them give me a prescription for anything in about 2 years. It's just a consultation. And I was very happy when the doctor said, "I'm not going to give you an antibiotic. I think since you've been feeling better, drinking more water, I'm going to prescribe that you drink more water." And I think that's awesome. All right, so I finally got my Fiery Wallet Protection Oil up on my coffee account. The next one that I will put up will be my Astarte oil, my Psychic Eye oil. And if you are following me about dark moon workings, I do have a dark moon oil. And this is something that you can use to assist you, to help you focus on the dark moon. And there are herbs, of course, and oils and such that have been designed by the creator to have these some energies that can assist us. But that's all that they're really doing, is just assisting us. It is us who is primarily the operator, and eventually in time you won't need to use a candle or an oil. What I did on the, I think 1 or 2 days before Saturdays, I was watching Charmed and X-Men, and I was connecting to people that have these abilities, right? These psychokinetic abilities and such. I was already starting the process. And by the time Saturday came, it was a few days after a dark moon. I had already been working on the dark moon, thinking of the dark moon, setting my intentions for the new year. One thing that happened before the dark moon on December 1st was I had a wish to be able to have enough money by the end of the year to not only pay off some bills, but not have to work in January. You know, I'd have a little bit of money where I could get a desk, get a microphone, and start working on another course. And it wasn't until Saturday that all the pieces of the puzzle came together as I watched a few videos and I saw the processes of what I had done and went, oh my gosh, I can teach this. That's why I'm on here talking about this type of paranormal phenomenon that you can do as a human being. So, you know, along with astral travel, out of body, remote viewing, um, spellcraft, visualizing, this is another part of that. Rosicrucianism, it is part of the training. Now they train people to be healers, but part of the training is to be able to first move a pencil. That's probably telekinesis. And then there's aerokinesis, and then there's, you know, moving water or making water move, connecting to the energy of trees and doing a magnetic pull and seeing the effect of that on water. There's a guy here on YouTube that does that. He works primarily with air. So, and I'm primarily talking about electricity. Okay, well, it's been 48 minutes. I am very happy to have my setup here with my ring light, my other light over there, my microphone now, my drink, and I've even got a drawer here where I can pull it out if I don't want to type on my little Chromebook. I have a way that I can actually set my keyboard on the drawer against the edge of the desk here and plug it in. It's actually Wi-Fi. It's got a little thing I just stick in the side of the Chromebook and type on that. But nobody has said anything or asked any questions. So I don't really know what's going on. I think people really are probably looking at the natural disasters. I believe there's a flood in Indiana. And of course, now there's the worst wildfire there has ever been in California. My sister has a house in Sunland, but I think she's far away from Pasadena, far enough away from Pasadena that she hasn't had to evacuate and she hasn't had any heat damage to her house. And I'm very, very happy for that. I watched some interesting videos, you know, about what was going on with the fire and before or during the fire as it first started. And yeah, we'll just have to wait and see what actually does transpire out of that. There's one man who saved his home by staying and spraying water from his garden hose. So I'm just thinking if somebody does come along and offer him very firmly lots of money to buy his house, I think then, to me, in my mind, then we'll know that's a hidden agenda. Very, very sad that these people that are in the positions that they're in are just, not given enough training or information. And people are speaking out, like Mel Gibson. It's wonderful. All right, someone is here. And unfortunately, it's been 50 minutes. No one has said anything. The person has left. So, maybe as I continue to talk about this once or twice a week, I'm getting on here so that I can communicate and interact with people. Comment after this uploads. Would you like to know that you can actually be able to charge batteries? Maybe start your car. Maybe send healing energy to a loved one by sitting next to them for a little while. Maybe turn lights on, maybe put them out, whatever. I know that this is something that a select group of people are going to be interested in learning how to do. They are going to be up and coming younger ages. They're probably not going to be 50 years old or older unless they've already had something happen. They've already been open minded. They know someone, who can do things, or they've experienced it already and they've come to a point where they're open and they're ready to continue that journey. Otherwise, other people, I was told many years ago that I would be a seed planting ideas for people to open up like never before in the future. Okay. So um, I'm one of those who is the seed for future generations that are up and coming. And maybe I will be working with someone closely, that I am helping to develop into um, more of a spiritual being. You are a spiritual being more than you are a physical body. And with that, I will just say so long. It's been 50 minutes. And I'll try to get on here again a couple times this week to reiterate what I have been saying and see if anybody has really been thinking about it. I'd like to hear what your age group is. And if you are willing to do a few things for a few minutes every day in the beginning to develop this habit, right? It's a habit, so that when you do start the processes again later on, you've already got these triggers that are in place that you just need to activate. All right, blessed be, namaste, and have a good week.